Hello and welcome back. Today on the top 10 biggest things ever stolen. These crimes range from grand heists to massive embezzlement. Let's take a look at the top 10 biggest things ever stolen, starting at number 10. Number 10, the Pink Star Diamond. In 2013, the Pink Star Diamond, a 59.6-carat diamond valued at over $75 million, was stolen from a jewelry store in London. The diamond was recovered 2 years later, but the thief remains at large. Number 9, the Mona Lisa. In 1911, the Mona Lisa, one of the most famous paintings in the world, was stolen from the Louvre in Paris. The painting was recovered 2 years later, and the thief, an Italian painter, was arrested. Number 8, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist. In 1990, 13 works of art were stolen from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, Massachusetts, including pieces by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Manet. The total value of the stolen art is estimated to be over $500 million, and the thief has never been caught. Number 7, the Great Train Robbery. In 1963, a group of criminals robbed a Royal Mail train in the United Kingdom, stealing over $7 million in cash. The robbery was one of the most significant heists in British history, and many of the criminals were eventually caught and sentenced to prison. Number 6, the Banco Central Burglary. In 2005, a group of criminals stole over $70 million from the Banco Central branch in Fortaleza, Brazil. The theft was carried out by tunneling into the vault, and many of the criminals were eventually caught and sentenced to prison. Number 5, the Harry Winston heist. In 2008, a group of criminals stole over $108 million in jewels from the Harry Winston store in Paris. The thief was later arrested and many of the stolen jewels were recovered. Number 4, the Bullion Robbery. In 1983, a group of criminals stole over $30 million in gold bullion from the Brink's mat warehouse at Heathrow Airport in London. The theft was one of the largest in British history, and many of the criminals were eventually caught and sentenced to prison. Number 3, the Great Embezzlement. In the early 2000s, the CEO of a major corporation embezzled over $3 billion from the company. The CEO was eventually caught and sentenced to prison, but the company never fully recovered from the financial loss. Number 2, the Art of War. In 2002, a group of criminals stole over $500 million in art from museums and private collections around the world. The theft was one of the largest art heists in history, and many of the stolen pieces were later recovered, but some remain missing to this day. Number 1, the Colonial Bank heist. In 2005, a group of criminals stole over $9 billion from the Colonial Bank in Alabama, making it the largest bank heist in history. The thief was later arrested and sentenced to prison, but a significant portion of the stolen money was never recovered. These are the top 10 biggest things ever stolen. It's important to remember that stealing, no matter the value, is a crime that harms not only the victim but also the society as a whole.